Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. There's a poll in the live stream chat. Make sure you vote on it. Who you think's going to win this one between the Roosters and the Bulldogs? We've got a decent matchup for today. Morning, Finn. Georgie was in here earlier as well. Good to see you, Georgie. Welcome. But yeah, good to see you. Enjoyed the second half last night. Ish. I still don't think we deserve to win, if I'm honest. I'll take it because we need the 2 points, but God, we weren't good. Even that second half, we were not good. But we need a win. So, I'll take it. I think there were good individual moments. As a team, not so great. But, Booze the first half was mental. I just don't like Booze anyway. I thought because we'd scored right at the end, that might take away the booze. Because we'd gone straight from cheering to booze. I thought we might not boo. I don't like that anyway. But I saw your message, Rosie, but no, I support Warrington Wolves. Completely deserved a match. I highly disagree. Highly disagree. Catalans were poor. I think we didn't deserve that at all. The amount of possession we had in the red zone on their goal line, and we could barely put the ball in the goal area, was shocking. Absolutely shocking. God, thank God for the amount of penalties that we had. What do you think of Dufty, Vaughan and King basically not being asked? I think if that's the decision that they want to make... Apparently King's actually just got some injuries. Apparently that's what's been reported, that it's Dufty and Vaughan were the ones that missed the training, but it's King that was out for some injuries. If they can't be asked turning up, then I think it's fine them being dropped. They can... I don't want them to leave now because they're contracted to us. I don't want them doing work for other clubs for the back end of the season, so they can keep playing reserves before they move on. I think next year, I think there's a lot to be excited about, even without Dufty and Vaughan. So I think they can keep playing reserves, move them on. All done. Hello, Britain. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Surely gets to a point where you just terminate Dufty's contract. I think just keep him in the reserve. Simple as that. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Exactly. Never mind, just want to ask. All good, Rosie. All good. Apparently King hasn't been playing good. Oh, yeah, it was form, wasn't it? Yes, that was the one. It was dropped from form, that was one. And wait, it was Vaughan was an injury, wasn't it? It was Dufty late to training. King dropped on form. Vaughan rested from an injury. I think that's what it was. Actually. Considering Dufty's probably a substantial wage on the salary cap. Yeah, true. But, I mean, we'd be doing it for financial reasons, dropping him. Or getting him off contract, but I think it might be... I don't know. Just don't want him to find... If it's even possible for him to join another club, I don't want him to join another one and start helping them out. Because he would be playing like at full potential basically, so if he's not trying for us, he would likely be working hard somewhere else, which I don't want him to do. Do you think Burgess out? No, I think maybe... I still stand by another year. If you think of everything that he showed us last year, you know, what he was capable of, you've got to think about, again, the injuries as well. Just think about the injuries we've had and the lack of size in the forwards. We will get size in the forwards next year. If you win the next year, that could come down to Wyatt FC game to make or break your season. But you won't win next three. I think every game, when I looked into it, and I looked into it, by the way, so... I was going to make a video on it, but I didn't. I took a bunch of notes down. I was going to make a video on the battle for playoffs and League Leaders Shield. So I guess, even though this is an NRL stream, GM blocks or GNB locks, let's go Roosters, absolutely. I'm going to talk about Super League in this NRL stream. So, here's something for you folks. So, first of all, this is the battle for the League Leaders Shield. What do these clubs need? And then I'll go through the battle for playoffs. Alright? How about that? since I've already put the work into it, might as well talk about it. So, I've also got 11 minutes, so plenty of time. So for Hull Kingston Rovers, they've got Wigan, Leeds, St Helens, Hull FC, Wakefield and Warrington. Hull Kingston Rovers must win 5 of their next 6 games to win the League Leaders Shield based on points alone. Just straight up points, win 5 of the next 6. They can win 4 of the next 6, but would be relying on points difference. They currently have 201 points more than Wigan Warriors. If they win 4 in a row, then they win League Leaders Shield at home against Hull FC. So there you go, that's Hull Kingston Rovers. Wigan, they've got Hull KR, Wakefield, Catalans, Saints, Castleford and Leeds. If Wigan lose to Hull KR, they need Hull KR to then lose at least 3 of their next 5 games to have a chance, but they'll be relying on points difference. If they beat Hull KR, they need to go undefeated and hope KR lose at least 1 more game, and they need a points difference swing of 34 points. So if they beat Hull KR, they need them to lose 2 more after that, basically. So that's Hull KR and Wigan's chance of winning the League Leaders Shield. So let's get on to playoffs, shall we? Just playoffs. Hull FC first. Got a tougher run in my opinion, Hull KR. Yeah, Hull KR and Hull FC, they've got really tough runs. Hull FC, they've got Leigh, Saints, Leeds, Hull KR, Warrington and Catalans. Now, if Hull FC win all remaining games, they make playoffs. Simple as that, because they're in 6th already. They make playoffs if they win all 6 games. If Hull FC win 5 out of 6 and draw 1 game, they need a points difference swing of 6 points per game on Wakefield. So Hull FC can win 5 and draw 1, but they need to claw back 6 points a game on Wakefield. And they'll have Salford twice, so that doesn't help. In my opinion, Hull FC can realistically win against Warrington and Catalans. They could compete against Leigh based on their last meeting, which was 22-all. I don't think they played again this season, but it was one of them was 22-all. And maybe St Helens based on the last scoreline, which was 13-6. And even though Saints they felt dominant in that game, the scoreline was still close enough to compete on the scoreboard. So that is potentially there. Based on Wakefield's run of games, Hull FC might only need to win any 4 games. So any of Leigh, Saints, Leeds, Hull KR, Warrington, Catalans. Any 4 of those games, I think realistically Hull FC should be fine if they win at least 4. If Hull FC win any 3, they would need Wakefield to lose 3 games, with one of those likely being against Huddersfield or Castleford. So there's Hull FC. On to Wakefield next. Beat Leeds 26-12 in June. Oh, right, okay. Well, there was one other thing as well. So, yeah, you've already competed against them, so that's a good sign. Wakefield, they've got Salford, Wigan, Huddersfield, Castleford, Hull KR, Salford. Wakefield need Hull FC to lose or draw at least 1 of their remaining games, but Wakefield must go undefeated in that case. They should beat Salford, obviously, on 2 occasions. Based on Hull FC's run, Wakefield may only need to beat Huddersfield or Castleford as well. Fortunately for Wakefield, their path into playoffs seems fairly simple. It is possible that they'd lose to Wigan and to Hull Kingston Rovers. It's a realistic possibility of losses there. So based on Hull FC's run, they would only need to win both games against Salford and then at least beat Huddersfield or Castleford to have a realistic chance of making playoffs. So Wakefield's run is quite simple. Finally for Warrington, so first of all, the first target was to get the win against Catalans, so they've done that. Warrington have Catalans, Huddersfield, Salford, Leigh, Hull FC and Hull Kingston Rovers. First of all, basically Warrington would need to win 6 out of 6. That's going to be the best chance. They need to win 6 out of 6. Warrington need Hull FC to lose any 2 games, likely between Leigh and St Helens or Leeds. Sorry, any 2 between Leigh, Saints, Leeds and Hull KR and Warrington. So Warrington need to beat Hull FC when they play them, and Warrington will need Hull FC to lose to any 2 between Leigh, Saints, Leeds and Hull KR. Any 2 of those, as well as beating Hull FC. Wakefield could lose to Wigan and Hull KR, they're realistic losses. If they do, and Warrington win 6 of 6, points difference will mean that Wakefield likely finish higher. So just Wakefield losing to Wigan and KR is not enough for Warrington if they go 6 out of 6. Warrington needs Huddersfield or Castleford to beat Wakefield. Both are unreliable. Huddersfield do have the best chance in that one. Castleford could show up on the day, but Warrington need, assuming Wigan beat Wakefield, assuming Hull KR beat Wakefield, Warrington need Castleford or Huddersfield to beat Wakefield. They need that. Catalans, Huddersfield and Salford are all winnable games. Catalans was the first one sorted. Versus Hull FC, anything could happen, but it could be in both teams' hands. So we'll have to see at that point. The good thing about Warrington against Leigh this season, at least, is that Warrington have competed in all 3 games. Whether it be in the first game, in that first matchup that was at Leigh Sports Village, Warrington were playing with Walker in the halves. That's when a bunch of the injury issues happened in the spine. So there was that, and that was still a close game. The second one was the Challenge Cup semi-final, which Warrington won. The third one was the one a few weeks ago that Warrington lost at the back end of the game. So Warrington have competed in all 3 games. So the game against Leigh is winnable. And then against Hull FC, we've lost 1-1, so again, that's in our hands. And then Hull KR, the hope about beating Hull Kingston Rovers is if they've already sewn up the League Leader Shield, yes, they'll get the week off because they'll finish, well, top 2, likely anyway, and get the week off. But if they won the League Leader Shield by then, they can rest players in the last week and not risk many players, and therefore they've got a weaker side against Warrington. So, yeah, it is genuinely possible for Warrington to do it, but we need Huddersfield or Castleford to upset Wakefield, basically. We need it. Thought Catalans deserved it yesterday. Maybe they did. I don't know if anyone deserved it, really. New Zealand won, did they? Oh, for God's sake. So I'm 0 of 2 on the weekend already. What was the score? 14-10. Close enough. The Dragons have been keeping games close. In the last 6 or 7 weeks, they've kept them all in the 1 to 12 range. So they've been keeping them close. Let's see. Scored in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So they had the lead. They had a 10-point lead after 22 minutes and then just didn't score again. Right, okay. Great. Okay, so back to the normal Rugby League. If you guys could leave a like on the stream, that'd be great. Helps it to get out there to more people. Can you guys hear cars, by the way? Because I forgot to close my window. Can you guys hear cars? Because if it's bad, I need to close my window. No cars, okay. Big if. We saw up the League Leader Shield by the last match, but Hollywood rest players, just like Saints, playing with 12 intentionally. It would be a young, hungry side, absolutely. We can, but it's fine. Okay, if it gets to a point where it's ridiculous, because if some idiot, starts razzing it down the street, then it's going to be stupid. Hi all. Cats threw away their win last night, 22-6 at 38th minute, then flubbed it. Well done, White, for hanging on and winning it. Yeah, I think it was a lot of the penalties and errors from Catalans really threw that game away. Really threw that game away. Right, we are a few minutes out. Prediction for games tonight, I went with Wigan 18, Hull KR 14. For this one, I'll go through the team list and then I'll go through my sort of predictions for this one. So, the team lists include, for the Roosters, in the backs, Tedesco, Tupou, Smith, Toya, Nwanganitawaze, Savala and Walker. The forwards include Collins, Iowelu, Lenu, Crichton, Radley and White. On the benches, Watson, Butcher, Foketti and Steep. King is the 18th man. For the Bulldogs, in the backs they have Tracy, Kiraz, Cherry, Crichton, Tuala, Burton and Galvin. The forwards include King, Hayward, Hughes, Kickow, Preston and Salmon. On the benches, Mann, Hayes, Curran and Marnie. Rinikama is the 18th man. Pangai Jr. scrapping his new teammates was funny. Yeah, he didn't have a great game yesterday. I was thinking it'd be good to see him again because we've not seen him for a little while. But he didn't have a great game yesterday, to be honest. I think we can take the win 26-14. Okay, sizable gap there. Right, I will try and quickly go through my notes for this one. So, Roosters have won 3 in the last 5, Bulldogs 4 in the last 5. Sides met in round 11, the Bulldogs won 24-20. Both sides come into this with an interesting feel about them. The Bulldogs just cleanly swept through the Warriors in the pouring rain. They didn't look off the pace or phased by the weather at all. The Roosters just decimated the Dolphins in one of the most unexpected results of the season. I have said for a while that I think the Roosters are a dangerous side and they've gone under the radar. Maybe took a slight step back in recent weeks, but that's the kind of result of the weekend, or last weekend, that I think backs up my claim about how dangerous they can be. Stats-wise, the Roosters are a much better attacking side this season. The Bulldogs are a much better defensive side. Wong will be missing for the Roosters, while the Bulldogs aren't missing anyone from last week. Bulldogs have regulars available in Turpin, Morin and Sexton. They also have Connor Tracy listed, who was in the reserves initially, but he has now been promoted to the first team. Both sides have been making adjustments in their backs in the last few weeks. The Bulldogs becoming more comfortable with Galvin and Burton in the halves. Some changes in the back line with Tuala and Rinakama. Rinakama isn't playing this week, as well as Kiraz moving to fullback in Tracy's absence. Kiraz is now back to the wing. While the Roosters have Sam Walker back in there, he's been such a valuable inclusion for the Roosters. He gives them an effective kicking game, can run the show and create opportunities inside the red zone. I'd say look out for a few grubber kicks to either result in repeat sets or tries today. And that right edge of Toya and Nwanganitawaze continues to grow, with Nwanganitawaze having a dominant performance in the aerial battle last round against the Dolphins. An issue for the Roosters this season is that they've lost four of their 5 games against top 4 opponents this season, so that's an obstacle that they need to overcome before going into finals. The Roosters have only won 2 of 8 games at Allianz Stadium this season, while the Bulldogs are looking to get 2 wins over the Roosters in a season for the first time since 2016. You'd assume it won't be nearly as easy for the Roosters to score tries this week, but they're starting to peak at the right time, I think. The Bulldogs are finding ways to win while they adjust, which is a good sign. If Connor Tracy ends up starting, then I trust the Bulldogs to win more, but for now I will step back on the Roosters train. That is what I said in my predictions video. I did go with Roosters to win 1-12. 22-18 was the scoreline, and I went with Mark Nwanganitawaze as an anytime try scorer. There you go. Okay, kick out at 5, correct? No, it's 8. It's a Friday. I do, Josh. Do you think Jake Thielis grounded the ball in the corner? Based on what I could see, yes. It looked very... it looked completely fine. Oops, never mind, okay. You close your window at the end stream? At the end stream? Do you think I should close the window? Like, legitimately, is it better I just close it now and this isn't a thing during the whole stream? I saw, the name is still easy to remember. Do you know what, I might just close it anyway. It's going to be on my mind anyway, so 1 second. Right then. Okay. Yeah, even though you might not be able to hear it and stuff, I just thought there might be some idiot down the street at some point, just rather not have that. Okay, so yeah, if you could leave a like, get the stream out to more people, that'd be great. I'm now going to focus on NRL. I know I was banging on about Super League for ages, I do apologise. But yeah, if you could leave a like, that'd be great. I only think this car's there because you said it. Can't hear it out. Well, man, it's all sorted anyway. All sorted. Reviving his little 2006 Renault Clio like it's a Ferrari. Interesting. Huddersfield Giants have only won 5 games this year. Well, the thing is with Huddersfield, they've at least looked better in recent weeks. Most of my faith is in Huddersfield to get that upset against Wakefield, but last time they played, it was it was a battering. Huddersfield started well, which they've been doing a lot recently, but they've they've kind of fallen off. Okay, I will. I'll go through the team list one more time before we get started. If you guys have your own prediction, let me know an exact scoreline if you've got one in mind. And make sure you vote on the poll as well. Currently, 39 votes, 59% say the Roosters are going to win. I did back the Roosters to win, which is going to be... This is going to be a tricky one. This is going to be a tricky one. time's kick-off tonight? It's 8 o'clock kick-off tonight. I'll be starting my stream at 7:45. So quick run through the team list. It might be a bit late. For the Roosters, Tedesco, Tupou, Smith, Toya, Nwangani Tuaze, Savala and Walker. The forwards include Collins, Iwelu, Lenu, Crichton, Radley and White. On the bench is Watson, Butcher, Foketti and Steep. King is the 18th man. For the Bulldogs, they have Tracy, Kiraz, Cherry, Crichton, Tuala, Burton, Galvin. The forwards include King, Hayward, Hughes, Kickow, Preston and Salmon. On the bench is Mann, Hayes, Curran and Marnie. Rinakama is the 18th man. Evening lads, another close one for the Wars. Yeah, I'm potential for 6 out of 8 this weekend. Already got the first 2 wrong. That's excellent. Really happy about that one. I'm not. But yeah, come on Roosters. Save me, please. Please, for the love of God, save me. Please. Right, we're about to get underway. Ladies and gentlemen, Roosters versus Bulldogs. We're underway. Let's be having you. Roosters in possession first. It's Spencer Leniu with the first carry of the game. Going to be stopped about 15 metres out from his own try line. Iwelu on his right to Daniel Tupou. Plenty of experience, plenty of tries in his career. Up towards the 20, now Fahu White with the next carry. Possibly starting for New Zealand in the Pacific Championships again later this year, we will see. In centre field now with Lindsay Collins. Could get a call up for the Aussie squad for the Ashes, very possibly. Was fantastic in State of Origin this year. Tedesco with the next carry, 4th tackle. Takes it over the 40, just short of halfway. Roosters will now go right to Hugo Savala and they'll let him kick down the right edge. It's alright if they let him do some of it. It's going to bounce just short of the try line, then pops up nicely for Kiraz, but in goal. So that's a great kick from Savala. A minute gone, and the Bulldogs will play this about 5 out from their own try line. Now with Bronson Cherry with the first carry, takes it up towards the 10. Did you hear about the fallout between the wide players, thinking it was Vaughan and Dufty who fell out? I think it was, I don't know if it was a falling out, they're just late for training, so not too sure. Hayward handed off to Tuala. Got himself a decent try last week. There was a great cut-out pass from Galvin against the Wars. Good night, bro, from Papua New Guinea. Sleepy Cougar, thanks for stopping by, but good night. Good night. Thank you for stopping by, though. Long kick goes over the head of James Tedesco. Bounces all the way back to the 10. Pick the ball up, James. Thank you. Returns it over the 20. Just short the 30. Not too bad. That's all right, James. I'll let you off. It is now with Daniel Tupou over the 30, up towards the 40, a few metres shy. It was a swirling ball. Next carry from Smith, a few metres shy of halfway. 3 more tackles in this set for the Roosters. There we go. Nailed it first time. We got Iwelu at dummy half. On his left to White. Straightens up. Takes a carry up towards the Bulldogs 40. So first time being in opposition territory here for the Roosters. 40 metres out. Left to Walker. Plenty of height on this one towards the back left. It's going to drop down on the 10. First of all, Tuala, what are you doing? Second of all, unlucky Billy Smith. Inari, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's just left it. If he catches that ball, he's in. He walks in. Tuala, what are you doing? If he catches that, that's an easy walk-in for the Roosters. Oh my God. What a goal, what a try from Thulis last night. Well, there was some good moments. Jake Thulis, though. And Josh Thulis. What a pair we've got. Do you know what? If it turns out we lose Dufty, I like the idea of Kai Taylor coming through. But if one thing we could easily do is Jake Thulis to the right wing, Josh Thulis to fullback. I'm happy with that. I'm cool with that. If that's what we're like next year, I'm alright. Thought it was no try. I thought it was clearly grounded. Ashton well, yeah, but Ashton would be left wing. So Jake Thulis right wing, Josh Thulis fullback. I didn't say. I think we know Ashton clears. I think we know that. I think we know. You're going to get a timeout in a minute dingle for like 5 hours. So 3.5 minutes gone. Over the 10, up towards the 20, and just over it. He will be back next season. Now with Daniel Tupou. Stopped immediately after contact. And then Tedesco scoots up towards the 30. 4 minutes gone. Third tackle for the Roosters. Crichton down the left edge. Up towards the 40. And it's now with Nafahu White over the 40. Coming up towards halfway with the last tackle now for the Roosters. Ayuelu in centre field. Left to Walker. Kicks towards the back left. Straight into the hands of Tracy. Collects on the 10. Up towards the 20. And he'll play this a few metres short of the 30. We've had about 4.5 minutes gone. Galvin to Tuala. And it's now over the 30 for the Bulldogs. So, territory looking more favourable for the Roosters right now. But I feel like it's a good place to start the set here for the Bulldogs. And if they move the ball around like they have here with kick out down the left edge, they could work the ball up the field. So now with Kiraz coming up towards the 30. So with Galvin, kicks from the halfway line. Plenty of height, not too much distance though towards the right-hand side. Tupou goes up, takes it cleanly. Ooh, wanted an offload for a second, then he's brought down on the 20. 5 minutes gone. Walker hands the ball off to Smith. A decent carry up towards the 30. It's 11-11, make a wish. Sorted. Tedesco hands the ball off to Crichton down the left-hand side. Possibly looking for an offload there. Just short of halfway now. The Roosters in possession. 2 more tackles to go. They take it over halfway with Tedesco, who gives it to White. He might have to surrender. Can we be more clear about surrendering, please? Can the referee just say, like, if a player has to surrender, they say surrender, the player just drops to one knee for 3 seconds, they go untouched, and then they have to play the ball. Can we not just do that in future? Because this shit is just so confusing. Players are stood there like, what am I supposed to do? There's going to be a penalty for the Bulldogs. Penalty. Radley. Bloody hell, Victor. What are you playing at? Well, don't share it. Thanks, Josh. It's now going to be a tap on the 40 for Bronson Cherry. He takes this up towards halfway. 33 minutes, 33 seconds on the clock. So there's 1 penalty for the Bulldogs so far in this game. They now have possession with a fresh set on the Roosters 40. 33.5 minutes to go in this first half. Switch back from Salmon to King. Carries it straight through the middle. Now with Galvin. Switches back to Crichton up towards the 30. It's yawn again. That's great. Always happens at some point. 7 minutes gone. Salmon in centre field. Galvin will switch back to kick out. Up towards the 20. Now with Burton. Kicks from the 20 towards the back left. Not a great kick, if I'm honest. It's knocked on by Kiraz. Can't we start putting kicks towards the try line, please? So yeah, knock on from Kiraz. And then first carry from Tupou. Plays this for Ayuelu. Hands the ball off to Mark Nwanga-Nitoaze. Knew I'd mess up at some point. Nwanga-Nitoaze carries it over the 20. Next carry from Spencer Leniu over the 30. Strong run as per usual. And there's blood from the nose of Nwanga-Nitoaze. It's now with Tedesco in centre field. Steppin carries it straight up on the third tackle. Now with Walker down the left edge. Chips the ball towards the back left. Going to bounce a couple times. Moving towards touch, but Tracy collects the ball up towards the 20, having to track backwards, back on the 10. Walker pushing him back, Savala is there. Can he get the ball away? Yes, he can. Kiraz down the left edge, might be a break for the Bulldogs. Cherry steps back inside, maybe some support. Walker with a great tackle, that's huge. That is huge. What did he even say? I don't even know what he said. Next carry from Hughes for the Bulldogs through centre field. Oof. Screen went black for me, but Tedesco's carried the ball over the dead ball line. Okay. Oof. And it went off for me for a bit. It's all good. It's all good. What am I supposed to be looking out for here? What am I supposed to be looking out for? Okay. Then to totally wicked state. Alright. What do you want to show me, Joshua? What do you want to show me? So we've had 9.5 minutes gone. Ooh. That's not a great tackle from Smith. Back of the legs of Hughes. Penalty for the Bulldogs. They could try and go for 2, but it's a fair distance out. Probably just, oh yeah, kick in touch. And go again. Oof. I've got to end the poll as well. Just came in here for the drama. What drama? Billy Smith is on report. We've got about 10 minutes gone. Bulldogs just short of their opposition 20. Hayward over on the right edge. Then on his left to King through centre field. Takes a carry over the 20. Second tackle, Hayward left to Salmon. Out of the back to Galvin. Switches back to Cherry up towards the 10. The Bulldogs with plenty more tackles to go. 3 tackles in this set. 10 metres out. Best chance of the game so far. Galvin in centre field. Right to Salmon. Carries the ball straight up. Plays it 2 metres out. Hayward between the sticks. Launches it right to Galvin. Then across to Crichton. 3 on 2 maybe. Great ball out to Tuala. That's a beautiful try. Stephen Crichton. I think he did the same last week against the Warriors, actually, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did the exact same thing. So, yeah. Best attacking set of the game, and it goes the way of the Bulldogs. They put some points on the board. Very nicely done. Great ball out from Stephen Crichton. Lovely stuff. That's going to be 4-0 with a kick to come near the corner. Yeah, not seen Slink for a while. Samarito's not as present these days, but you know, people have peaks. They'll come back in at different times. He'll be present probably for a few streams in a row at some point. Might just have stuff to do. Great stuff. It was with Galvin out the back to Crichton. 3 on 2. Launched it across. Tupou out to jam into. Who was that? Tracy? Yes, had to jam into Tracy. Protect his inside shoulder. Yeah, fair enough. It was a great ball. Great ball. Have we added mods to the Discord? No, we've not. I don't know who to make a mod. Like, that's the thing. I was only going to make certain people mods, like, to change the injury list stuff. But people have just been updating it anyway. So, which has been helpful for the prediction stuff. Crichton to make it 6-0 all the way from the touchline. Tricky one, but typically quite reliable with the boot. The kick from Crichton is just in. Just in. Could have swung a little bit too far towards the post, but he keeps that one just inside. Sam's going to come back tonight to wind up Wigan or KR fans, maybe both. Honestly, both. See, if Saints had beaten Wigan this year and KR, like, if Saints had beaten both of them, It doesn't matter who would be winning at the time. Like, it'd say, oh, like, you know, haha, couldn't beat Wigan, haha, couldn't beat KR, that kind of thing. It'd just be doing it all throughout the game. Stephen Crichton, I'm your big fan because of your support Bulldogs. Well, Thomas Rango, the Bulldogs fan. Your food's here, lovely stuff. Enjoy. Best team in the world at 4-0 up? Absolutely. Absolutely. Offload there for Hughes. Plays this just short of the 20. Second tackle. Kick out over the 20. I need to yawn again. I'm so sorry. Kick out taking his time to play this one. Ooh, Savala might have to go off here. Ooh, head was in an awkward spot there. Independent doctor might tell him to go off for a HIA. So yeah, we've got a stoppage at the moment. If you guys could leave a like on the stream, that'd be great. Gets it out there to more people. We'll get more people in here. We had 170 people peak yesterday. But that might just be because it was a Thursday or just because it was Panthers and Storm. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully we can get more people in here today. 40-20 attempt from Burton. Tedesco just keeps it in. 13 minutes gone in this game. Tedesco returns it up towards the 20 inside his own half. Savala now with Nwangani Tawaze over the 20. Ayuelu now at dummy half. Penalty for the Roosters. Could have been a good chance to keep the Roosters pinned back there and keep working on that field position that the Bulldogs were kind of building. Well, yeah, that's a rough penalty to give away there. So kick into touch, and the Roosters will start a fresh set from the halfway line. Start searching for comebacks when it's 18-6. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thoughts on the NRL high ball being avoided by a lot of players, i.e. let it bounce, letting opponents get to it first. How's it in the UK? Typically in the UK, we'll go for it. Dufty, not so much. He's changed that a little bit. In the UK, normally players will have a go at going for it. But in the NRL, maybe they're just... Oof, big hit onto Radley from kick out. I don't know. I think they should always go for it. That's the thing. You're a professional rugby league player. Part of that is to catch the ball. You've got to back yourselves. If it's a swirling ball, look, I understand, completely understand. But if it's just a high ball, you've got to go for it regardless. Like if it's a simple spin on the tip of the ball, go for it. But if it's swirling, then maybe just let it bounce and back off a second. But otherwise, go for it. You've got to back yourself. That's why you're a professional player in the first place. You've got to do it because you should be capable of getting those. So we've had nearly 15 minutes gone. Ayuelu, 10 metres out, goes right to walk out the back to Tedesco. Has to step back of his right foot. Then again, gets an offload to Ayuelu. Now Fahu White takes it over the 10. Places about 6 or 7 metres out. Ayuelu, left of the sticks. On his right to Lindsay Collins. Trying to crash over. Last tackle, Ayuelu, left to Walker. Chips the ball towards the back left. Tupou is there. Goes up and Tupou is up with a try. Lovely stuff. Daniel Tupou. That's who you go to. That's the go-to, man. You've got one on one side. You've got Nwangani Tawaze on the other bloody side. You've got some tall gazelles on your wings. And Tupou, ever reliable for the Roosters, gets a try. I did back Nwangani Tawaze for anytime try scoring. We'll see how he gets on. I do really need a Roosters win in this one. I want to get 6 out of 8 of my predictions. I'm already 0 of 2. I'm okay with 4 out of 8, like, as the absolute bare minimum of not crashing out 4 out of 8. But 5 out of 8 is like the only acceptable sort of poor week. But the NRL is so tough to predict. It's going to end up 60-12 to Sydney. Let's just keep it 1-12, shall we? Going into year 11 in September? Alright, well, enjoy. Enjoy. So we've had 16 and a half minutes gone. You just got an ad, yeah. I am, just to be clear, I'm placing ads on the live stream. Between stuff now. Only, like, when the game isn't going on, really. Like, when it's kind of stopped. So, not like if they're in the middle of something, I'm not playing an ad. It's between stuff. Because I'm trying to make all this a full-time gig, I'm going to need to place more ads, basically. That's what's happening. Walker with a conversion, and it is good. It's sweet. You don't get ads, not sure what. Do you have YouTube Premium, Ismat, really? Do you have an ad blocker? Could be one of those. Could be the search engine that you're watching from. If you're watching from Brave or Opera GX, maybe you don't get them. It might also be a case of only some people will get ads. No, neither. The thing is with ads as well, like, I could place, let's say I have a 40-minute video, I could put 10 ads on that video, but you wouldn't get all 10 ads based on your behaviour. So basically, Ismat, really, if you're more likely to go off a stream or off a video, if, say, one ad pops up, then it will try not to show you an ad. It might show you one before the video and then not one in the middle of the stream or video, based on what your behaviour's like. So it's possibly that's it. If you're likely to go off the stream if it shows you an ad, then it might not show you the ad. Just to make sure that you stay, basically. 40-20 attempt from Iolu. Distance and angle looks good. Oh, angle starts bouncing back towards more towards the sticks. You know what to do now? Well, as long as you get in the ad. It is now with Kiraz. He takes a carry over the 20 for the Bulldogs. We've had 18 minutes gone. So your algorithm's good. Maybe. That might be the case. If you remember getting ads and then not getting ads, that might be the case. If you were the type to just go off a video when you got an ad, it could be that. Or you've just been getting lucky, I don't know. Tupou collects the ball. He is behind the 10, offloads it to Tedesco. Bit of room to run here for Teddy. Shifting right. Here we go. Roosters bit of room down the right. No, Tuaze flicks it back to Toya, but he wanted to cut back on the inside. Nice idea. Nice idea. No, Tuaze saying, my bad, my bad. What musical instruments do you play? I do not play any. I can play one, like a few chords on the guitar. I learned how to play when I was a little kid. I learned how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on a keyboard. So, yeah, there's that. But not anymore. I've lost it. I've lost it. So Burton will switch back to kick out. The Bulldogs are only 20 metres out. 19 minutes gone. It is 6-all. He's now with Salmon in centre field. He stumbles. He's then wrapped up by Collins. Still 20 metres out for the Bulldogs. 3 tackles to go. Hayward in centre field on his right to Galvin. Switches back to Preston. Here in Opera? Maybe. Just you wait. Now with King in centre field. Left to Salmon. Then Galvin pops up to kick out. Stopped on the 10. You're on Opera GX. All right, okay. 10 metres out. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. Centre field with Galvin. Kicks towards the back right to Tupou. Crichton's there. It's going to bounce once. Crichton knocks it backwards to Tracy. Then to Galvin. Scans the line. Kicks the ball towards the sticks. Not sure what Galvin's hope was there. Maybe just trying to bounce it off the sticks. I think. I'm not sure there from Lockie Galvin. So that's 20 minutes gone. First quarter is done. We now have 20 minutes to go in the first half. It is now with Smith. Down the left edge, takes it over the 30. So 7 tackle set here for the Roosters. Iuelu, left edge, in centre field now with Crichton. Up towards the 40. And a few extra metres as well. Very nice. No money for Rob. It's all right. There's plenty of others. It's all right. Carry up towards the 40 in opposition territory here for the Roosters. Iowelu in centre field. On his right to Savala. Flat pass to Radley. Carries up towards the 30. Now with Walker in centre field. Switches back to Naufahu White. He's going to be stopped a few metres short of the 20. Last tackle now for the Roosters. Will they just elect to kick towards the corners? Maybe. Left to Walker. Chips it towards the back left. This is only going to land 5 metres out. Tupou, though, collects it. Look for an offload. Gets one to Crichton. He kicks cross field. Not a bad kick here from Crichton. Not bad. Dropped by Cherry. I was going to say Crichton, then dropped by Cherry in goal. Beautiful kick from Stephen Crichton. Angus Crichton. For God's sake. Living on the streets next week. Oh, God. Someone donate like £5 or so. Yeah. Keep me in the home. Stopped on the 10 now. Stopped on the 10. So now with Walker. Then Iowelu. Across to Collins. A little bit slow here from the Roosters. Not great. Bumps off Burton. Kick out. Helps Burton to get him down. 20 metres out. Centre field with Walker. Steps off his left foot. Gets an offload to Iowelu. Now Collins again. Stopped on the 10. Iowelu, right, the sticks goes right to Savala. Step straightens up. That's a little bit lethargic here from the Roosters. Not too much energy in this set, but we'll see what they can conjure up. Now with White, pops the ball up. What are you doing? What are the Roosters doing in this set? Tracy has possession. He's now just short of the 20. Not sure if you saw Wars vs Dogs, but Wars played poorly and were pretty lucky. I did not see it. I have to watch back as much as I can. On the helm, I'm number 1 chatting on Firefox, but on Opera I'm number 3. How is that possible? I don't know. I do not know. Is Matt really is now a member? Look at that. We have a new member of the channel. Would you look at that? Thank you very much, is Matt really. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very, very kind of you. Lovely stuff. So we're back underway. What a guy. What a guy. Back underway with the Bulldogs in possession. Sent 5 Rugby League gift memberships. Would you look at... Wow, look at that. Oh my God. Is Matt really with the 5 gifted? That's just a Twitch quote right there. Look at that. Do you know what? How about a second one? Thank you very much for that. That is greatly appreciated. That is very, very kind of you. Very, very kind of you. So that's now Finn Bobs up the Trin, Waze, Peter G, and Blaze with a membership. Nice. Thank you very much for that. That is very, very kind of you. What a guy. What a guy. The Roosters now in possession. 30 metres out. Watson is now on. Savala left to Walker. Then to Angus Crichton down the left edge, just short of the 20. 4 men in the tackle there. Now Walker switches back to Butcher. What time did game start? It was at 11 a.m. There's a kick through, but someone's taken out. Could be a penalty. It is. I think it was 8 o'clock in Canberra. 11 a.m. UK. And 8 o'clock Canberra. So yeah, there's a penalty for the Roosters. They could take the 2 here. I think you guys know me about taking the 2. I think given how this game's going... First of all, the Roosters have had a lot of territory down here, so they could try and build pressure. I don't mind them trying to do that. I'm okay with 2 here. Perfectly fine with 2 because it's a close game. Don't mind it. 14.5 minutes to go, though. You watching Wigan vs KO later? Yes, I am, Grayson. I certainly am. Bloody hell. Well, is Matt really going to get that shout out in the next video? So will everyone else that's become a member, but people will know that is Matt really gifted those. People will know. That's really kind of you. Thank you very much. So the Roosters decide to go for the 2 here, which is fair enough. Walker has scored 27 of 28 this season. Career average is 78%. This one seems completely doable. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be completely fine. The kick from Walker is good. There we go. It's going to be the lead now for the Roosters. What was my prediction again? My prediction was 22-18 to the Roosters. So it is on at the moment. It's unfortunate about his injury yesterday. That was unfortunate. Opera does work by stopping ads. All good. So it goes around, comes around. Oh, nice. Very nice. Back underway. The Bulldogs will kick to the Roosters. Tupou takes it over the 10. And will be stopped 15 out from his own try line. 13 minutes to go. My fans probably celebrated because he was playing him off the park. I don't know if I'd go that far. Now over the 20, Watson, now with White down the left edge, takes it up towards the 30. Now with Butcher, shifting it right, Savala, Tedesco, bit of room possibly for Teddy. Takes it over the 40, 2 more tackles in this set for the Roosters. 4th tackle, Butcher through the middle. Stopped just short of halfway. Now the last, with Watson in centre field. On his right to Hugo Savala. Kicks towards the sticks. Collected just over the 10 by Tracy. Over the 20, room to run. Oh, slammed into the ground by Spencer Leniu. Up towards the 30 now. Look for a quick play of the ball from Tuala. Yeah, he was just stepping forwards. No. Sam Walker, where's he going, lad? Where's he going? Where is he going? Next carry from the Bulldogs. Just short of the 40. Now down the left-hand side with Mann. Hayward on his right to Galvin. Kicks from behind halfway on the 4th tackle. 11.5 to go. What channel is the game on? It's on Sky Sports Action in the UK. Up towards the 20 now with the return from James Tedesco. Nwangani Tuaze with the next carry. So Mann is on for Salmon for the Bulldogs. Just short of the 30 with the Roosters in possession. It's now with, is that Focchetti or Steep? I'm not too sure. Focchetti? Okay. Has he already ripped off the cap? I think he has. 2 more tackles in this set for the Roosters. Shifting it left. Tedesco pops the ball up to Crichton, up towards the Bulldogs 40. Watson on the last gives it to Walker. Plenty of height on this one towards the back left. Tracy underneath it. Collects it cleanly. 5 out from his own try line. Takes it over the 10. And now about 15 out from the try line. Galvin on his left to Inari Tuala. Takes it up towards the 20 for the Bulldogs. 10.5 minutes to go in this first half. 2-point advantage for the Roosters. I would say the game is about even, but would lean slightly towards the Roosters if I had to pick someone that deserves the lead. I would say the Roosters just. Is now with Galvin, shifting it right. It's with Preston, bumps into Walker. Takes it over the 30. Are you sure there's been a falling out? because I thought it was just Dufty that had been dropped for being late, and some of his behaviour, possibly. Vaughan, I thought, was due to a slight injury. That's what was reported, but I don't know. Crichton kicks down the right edge. Bounces off a Roosters player. Is it a 6 again? Not too sure. Can't tell just yet. Clock is stopped. Accidental offside from the Bulldogs, maybe? Penalty for the Roosters. Accidental offside. Oh yeah, fair enough. No, it's the right call. Fair play to the touch judge. Fair play. That's a great call. 40 metres out. First carry from Smith. Takes up towards the 30 inside Bulldogs territory. It's now with Walker in centre field. Switches back to White. He's going to be brought down 30 metres out. There's 9 minutes to go in the first half. Watson at dummy half. Slightly left of centre field. On his right to Walker. Pops it up to Butcher. That was Musgrove. Yeah, Musgrove was one of them. It's now with Focchetti. Left to Walker. Switches back to Smith. Brought down just over 20 metres out. 2 more tackles for this set for the Roosters. Savala looking to go right. Out the back to Walker. Then Tedesco. Looks a little bit slow here. Nwangani Tawaze in a 1v1 against Kiraz. Then plenty of defenders shift across. 8.5 to go. Last tackle for the Roosters. About 12 metres out. Toya towards the middle with Savala. Then Walker. Kicks towards the back left. Tupou will go up for this one. And it's knocked on by Tupou. He then grounds it in goal. Pretty sure that's a knock on. They might want to check this just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure it's a knock on from the Roosters. Okay, so Tupou looks... So we're saying about Tupou being offside from the kick. I think... Or second kick. Was there a kick through or something? Oh, there might have been a kick through when the ball touched the ground, possibly. He's onside initially. What minute? There's 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes and 8 seconds left. Clock is stopped at the moment. So yeah, that's probably a knock-on from Tupou. I don't know if I'd say escort there for Tuala. Because Tupou is like pushing into the back of it. I don't know if I'd fully say that's an escort. I don't know. He's got his eyes on the ball, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'd agree. I wouldn't say there's an escort there. I think Tuala's got his eyes on the ball. Tupou is like about to go up for it and pushes into the back of him. So there's initially a contest, but it's Tupou that's like is trying to get up early. So I'm okay with that. Then offside, yeah. So that'll be no try. That'll be no try. So again, if you could leave a like on the stream, that'd be great. Getting out there to more people, that'd be splendid. If you don't mind, just a thought. Right, so yeah, this will be no try. Fair enough. Completely fair. Right, so the Bulldogs will have possession then for an offside. I'm watching from New Zealand, but my paid New Zealand Sky Sports feed is about a minute behind yours. Go figure. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's not good. So, just for a time sync for anybody, it is now on 7 minutes 50 seconds. I will say now when it is. 7 minutes 50 now. So Hayward at dummy half. In centre field now with Mann. Left to Galvin. Switches back to Cherry. Takes it over the 40. Decent territory here for the Bulldogs. He could work the ball inside the Roosters half. By the end of this set, Galvin right to Preston. Over halfway maybe. Just short. Ruthie, good to see you. Looks like a new name in this chat. From PNG, I see. Welcome to anybody from PNG. Greetings. Next carry from Tracy. Smashed into the ground. Last tackle on the 40. It's with Burton. Plenty of height on this kick. Going to be caught behind the 10 from Tupou. Yes, it is in front of the try line. Cuts back towards the right. Ooh, stopped 2 or 3 metres out from the try line. You said kickoff was at 11, but it's 11:45. Well, yeah, Josh, kickoff was at 11. Josh, they do stop the clock in Rugby League, by the way. They do stop the clock. Next carry from the Roosters, now in possession. Watson at dummy half. On his left to Walker. Switches back to White. Carries this just over the halfway line. 6 minutes to go. Walker with a step of the left foot. Hands it off to Crichton. He then hands it off to Watson. Now with Fouquetti. Oof. Then to Butcher over the 30. Savala out the back to Tedesco. Little bit clunky here. Just couldn't quite hold onto the ball properly there, Tedesco. But he is now stopped about 26, 27 metres out from the try line. 2 more tackles to go. 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Fouquetti with the next carry. Watson. Left to Walker. Kicks the ball towards the back left. To Oliver's. Tupou again, possibly. Tupou bounces it backwards. Crichton gets an offload. Butcher, Watson. Kicks the ball towards the sticks. It is collected by kick out. It's a great take. It's an excellent take. Well done. Burton with a carry himself just short of his own 25 minutes to go. Cherry with a carry over the 20 through centre field. A few metres shy of the 30. Third tackle. Hayward on his left to Kiraz over the 30. Looking for an offload. I would say that is backwards. That's fine. Mann collects it. Takes it over the 30. But the referee changed his mind. Now saying it's a knock on. 4.5 minutes to go. Clock is still ticking. I thought that was okay. But I think they're going to say the initial bounce was like straight down rather than backwards. I'm not sure. Honestly, maybe. Maybe. Where he tried to offload the ball, he then started leaning backwards, or he fell backwards, so where that ball dropped was possibly in line. So yeah, that's maybe the right call. Looking forward to Perth Bears and PNG entering NRL, but with UK adding 2 more teams as well, where does the 120 extra players come from? Well, I guess the championship quality players will have to... The championship quality players will have to adjust to the speed of the game. Plus, there'll be a few fringe players at Super League clubs that will get a chance. Same with PNG and Perth. The players that don't start, but that look like they're capable. So if, example, Trey Fuller looks like he could be capable of starting somewhere. Jai Gray, if they want to put Mitchell or Latrell Mitchell at fullback and then Jai Gray doesn't get a spot. Tyron Wishart wouldn't normally start but could play. Guys like that. So it's the guys that have the experience but don't get in the first team, basically. Reed Marnie could be looking to go somewhere. And I've just, tried for the Roosters. But yeah, so, that answers the question. Let's look at this one again, shall we? But that's a try for the Roosters. Apologies. So they play the ball left of the sticks. Watson pops it up to Angus Crichton. He gets an offload. Is then off Curran. And then it just ends up in the hands of Naufahu White. Okay. Well, I didn't miss anything special then. That's alright then. That's alright. Alright. Roosters are hungry. Oh my god, mate. Naufahu White, the New Zealand international. So it is only 12-6, but there's a kick to come basically in front of the posts. Try confirmed. There we go. So there's a minute 50 to go. I think the Roosters have been the slightly better side. They've had more of the territory. And the kick from Walker's good. There we go, 14-6. That is a much healthier lead there for the Roosters. Do you think they should add the bunker to Super League? Well, it's basically the same thing. It's basically just video ref, that's all it is. There's nothing special about the bunker. It's just video ref, it's just the name for it. Basically works the same way. I think in terms of technology, they've got better cameras that they can look at. Maybe a system that's easier to control the replay with, possibly, but it's basically the same thing. If we had that kind of technology, great, but I don't know if we can afford to use it. We need better cameras. We'd need better cameras. So it's now up to the 40 with the Roosters in possession. Butcher down the left edge. Coming up towards halfway. 2 more tackles to go in this set. Need to yawn. Watson then to Walker. Then Savala. Great tackle from kick out. Viliami kick out with a great tackle. Up towards the 30. Walker belts this high. Just right at the sticks. Batted backwards by Nwangani Tawase. Tedesco kicks over the top. Tracy has to bat the ball over the dead ball line. 40 seconds still left on the clock, so they will have to actually kick the ball from the dropout. So the Roosters will get possibly one more play here. So they could, assuming that the Bulldogs will go for a long dropout. Actually, I think they're better off going short. If they go for a long dropout, it gives the Roosters more time to size up a long dropout, maybe get a 2-point field goal. We'll see. So it is a long one. Just go for 2. It's now with Savala going for 2. Ooh, not a bad effort. It was, yeah, we've seen worse ones than that. It's collected in goal by Tracy. Okay, there we go. That is going to be half time. Half time. NRL bunker is not all it's cracked up to be. Very sus decisions last couple of months. I guess that's just... I get it. There's some decisions that you just shouldn't mess up, but it's human error at the end of the day, isn't it? Hugo Savala was the one that went for 2. There's been some worse ones recently. I'm not too worried about that. The video ref in Super League would be much better if we had better cameras. When they slow things down in the NRL, you can see what's happening. You can clearly see it. Whereas Super League, it's blurry. Well, there's nothing else beyond human error. It is just human error. The worst part about it is human error. Yeah, that's the thing. They do the... They slow it down for the video ref. And then frame by frame is really blurry. But then when they slow it, they show the slowed down replay. It's so clear. It's unbelievably clear. My guess then, So think of it this way. This stream is technically in 1080p. So you can set this stream to 1080p. It might not look it. The camera doesn't show it. But the graphics are basically 1080p. Like the scoreboard and stuff. But when I download it, when I have to download this stream to make the stream highlights, it only downloads in 720p. So it might be a case of when it shows the replay, the quality is less or is worse than what it actually is. So it is 1080p live, but the replay that's used for the video ref is of a worse quality. That might be the case. So therefore, or the frame rate as well is maybe less, possibly. So it could be that. So the system that we're using might not let us replay what's just happened in the same quality. Or of a good enough quality. So that might be the case. Shall we get a trumpet? I reckon we should. Bang. Sky just don't care about football. You look at their cameras at football, cricket and darts, etc. It's really good quality. Just don't care about... Oh, yeah. They care about football, but not rugby. Yeah, we need better cameras, but Sky could do more to help. They could do more. But is the... we could say, is the interest there? Sky can make the interest be there. Like, if they showed games at 3 o'clock on a Saturday during the blackout, because they've got the Gillette Soccer Saturday, or if it's still called Gillette Soccer Saturday, I don't know. But, like, there's nothing wrong with pushing out another sport. People aren't just going to suddenly forget about football. And if people are watching at home anyway, like, if they want to watch Gillette Soccer Saturday, they'll watch it. But the chance to watch, like, Rugby League as well would be great for the sport. If it was on Sky Main even more often. That's why I'm thinking you could easily... Sky could easily change the landscape of Rugby League. They could easily change the landscape. We do a TV deal that's at least £60 million a year, at least. Gives more money to the clubs. They can probably spend more on advertising as well. The sport can spend more on advertising. Sky can actually, because they've spent that on the TV deal, can invest in advertising. They can pay the rights to all NRL games if the NRL allows it. They have a Sky Sports Rugby League channel. It is dedicated to Rugby League. Some of the people that have just left Sky Sports because they're not happy with Sky, they would likely come back in because all games are then available in Australia and here. And you'll never need to have a clash ever. You can show 14 games every single weekend without a single clash. And I think, if you guys remember the Vegas game, they used that studio down in London. Use that more. Get Jenna or Brian or John or Tompkins, when he's retired again, get them in that studio on the massive screen, get them doing some proper analysis. It's nice having the atmosphere when they go, like, pitch side. Like, that's quite nice. I like the atmosphere sometimes. But for, like, some of the big games, for, like, tonight, Wigan vs KR, that big screen, making it the same occasion like it was against Vegas. That'd be great. Because they advertise it. Yeah, but it's like one-off games. They'll advertise Vegas, they'll advertise Magic Weekend. Or, you know, playoffs, grand final. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It has to be all year round. I appreciate that without Sky we might be screwed, but it's like Stockholm Syndrome, in a way, if that's the right term to use. Like, we slowly... they're not giving us enough, but we kind of need Sky. I don't know if it's the right thing. But it's like, we can't leave because we need them, basically. How many viewers did Vegas get? TV viewers? I don't actually know. I don't actually know. I'll try and find out. In the UK, the Wigan vs Warrington Super League match in Las Vegas was the most watched regular season Super League fixture on record, excluding COVID-era games, which makes sense because nobody could go, reaching a peak audience of, and this doesn't sound right because I'm sure I've heard ones with more viewers, 340,000 viewers on Sky Sports. I swear I've heard games get more than that. And that's excluding COVID games as well. I don't know if I believe that, if I'm honest. Well, not that I don't believe it, but it doesn't sound very exciting. The thing to keep in mind, though, it was the middle of the night, if I remember correctly. At least I think it was. So that makes sense. That doesn't sound that exciting. It was 9 PM, was it? Oh, okay. Yeah, still fairly late for some people to like get into it. So I mean, 340k, it's not great. It's not great. Grand final got 1 million one year, did it? Oh, right. Roosters look very, very good. Sammy Walker is a star. Yeah, Sam Walker's just kind of keeping things nice and calm. I'd say that the Roosters could do a little bit better in this one. Oh yeah, we got Premier League's back underway tonight. Liverpool vs Bournemouth at 6:30. I might watch some of it. Then you got Monday Night Football, Everton vs Leeds. All the excitement with the new signings, and then Branthwaite got a hamstring injury in training. That was great. It was definitely more than 300k. Well, it says 340. Have you seen James Graham's Byron podcast saying it just needs to be advertised correctly? Yeah. The thing is, I don't know currently what the RFL or RL commercial do. Like, what do they actually do in terms of advertising to get it out to more people? Like the Facebook ads, how are they running the Facebook ads, for example? How are they running X ads, Instagram ads, if they run any? I don't know. Thing is, we kind of need money. That's the thing. We need money. Wigan vs Rovers stream? Yeah, I'll be streaming that tonight. Can't see Dogs doing much in the finals. I think the Bulldogs will be okay. It was a bit of a letdown last year, wasn't it? Unfortunately. Was it the Seagulls they lost to in the finals? I do need this win for the Roosters. I need to get back on winning ways with the predictions. My issue is, and from people I've spoke to that have never watched a league game, they say rugby is boring purely because they've only seen Union, which means they won't even try league. That's the thing. I even spoke to mates. I think maybe last year, I was at the pub with a few mates. Because part of the reason why I do the channel is to help try and grow the sport, which I don't think I've really done, to be honest. But if I help one person get into the sport, then fair enough. But I spoke to some mates that they are football fans, and I was like, you know, they're from Warrington as well. But they just don't care about rugby league. So what is it that will get you into rugby league? Like, they just don't care. It's like, well, what is it that's going to make them care? That's the thing. The reason why we cared about darts was basically Luke Littler being 17 years old in a world championship. Like, that's why we cared. But what's the equivalent going to be here? Is there a way of an equivalent? Luke Littler's an individual to lean into, to support. Whereas, how do you do it with a team? How do you... Like, we can advertise Mikey Lewis, Bevan French, Jay Field. Like, we can advertise these guys, but do they get lost in the part of a team? Rugby League is such a good product. Unions become a bore. If it was anything but, yeah. It was, I don't know. How do we get people to care about league? I just don't know. Netflix doc like F1 did. That's what I was thinking. It could be a great option, but who's going to actually fund it? Who's going to put the money into making that work? I know that Wakefield, they do really good production, but that's on YouTube. That's not going to get us ridiculous numbers to grow the sport, but that's not to knock them, by the way. But they do a great weekly thing. Leeds do a great weekly thing as well. I'm sure Lee was trying to get some kind of documentary going. There was the one for Wigan that was done by Sky Sports, but we need something that's basically on Netflix or Prime Video, because they've done All or Nothing. They could do an All or Nothing for Warrington, because of all the It's Always Your Year kind of stuff. An All or Nothing series with Warrington just makes a lot of sense. Or you could then do one with Leeds. You could do one with Saints. You could do one with all sorts. But yeah, we could actually really do with a documentary. The amount of clips that would come out from that. There's a Dolphins documentary on Netflix here in New Zealand. Oh, right, okay. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, we need something in the UK that's pushed out. We need it desperately. And there's a lot of people, I see a lot of football fans in particular, because there's a lot of young kids, so they grow up on football, all they like is football. But then, you'll see a lot on social media stuff, you mention rugby or rugby league, their reply is rugby with a laughing emoji. They look down on it. What is so funny about rugby? But football is so ingrained in their brains, they just can't accept another sport. It's just all they know. So they just laugh at something else. It's like rugby. What the hell? Well, you've never watched it, so you don't know. Oh yeah, I remember that, Finn. I remember him saying that. Well, we got the clip of Willie Peters crying on that dog. I remember seeing that confrontation with... I've been trying to find it, but I can't find it anywhere. I wanted to watch it. I just can't find it. There was a little bit of hype when Adam Hills was getting involved first with the PDRL stuff. Because he talked about it on the last leg. I think... there's something I've got in mind. I don't want to reveal it because it would ruin the advertising. But there's a product that I want to, not an actual physical product, but a rugby league product that I want to happen, and there's a format for advertising that I think would just be perfect for it. I want to make it happen. We'll see. Why we're lucky last night. Thurley's try was a knock-on, but he still got it given. Are you sure it was a knock-on? I'd need to watch it back. I'll have to watch the highlights back. I was positive in the stadium it was fine. We're about to get back underway, but yeah, I think a lot of errors and penalties from Catalans certainly helped. Right, we're going to get back underway in a second. Roosters will kick to the Bulldogs, and here we go. The second half has begun. Burton underneath it now with Tracy, and then to Hayes, is that? I think it is. You genuinely put Luke Littler to do some content about Rugby League? Yeah, maybe. They just don't want to abuse it constantly. Yeah, in the stadium it didn't look great, did it? It's supposed to be a new screen as well. Hayward. I was going to say Hayes, but Hayward instead of field goes left. It's now with Burton. Then kick out over the 20. Fourth tackle for the Bulldogs. So they've got an 8-point deficit to make up. They've not looked that convincing in this game. They've done a few good moments, a couple decent carries, or a few decent sets put together, but overall nothing really that exciting. Oh, well done. Mark Nwangani-Tuaze with a foot in touch. Then touches the ball. That's going to be out on the full there from Burton. Well done from Nwangani-Tuaze. Peeps need to get hyped for the represent of your town franchise. Really set the history up from rivalries. Yeah. Oh, look, that's good stuff. Well done, Nwangani-Tuaze. It's very nicely done. So, off the back of the penalty for the Roosters, they are 30 metres out. It's now with Butcher, takes a carry through centre field. Now about 25 metres out from the try line. Watson on his right to Walker. Shifting it right now to Savala. Tedesco. Launched it across to Nwangani Tawaze. Sizes up Jacob Kiraz. Up towards the 10. 3 more tackles in this set. Great chance for the Roosters to potentially hit 20. Now it's Savala. Then Walker. Switches back to White. Stopped about 13 metres out from the try line. Watson in centre field. Left to Walker. Then Tedesco. Now Smith. Stopped about 6 metres short. Last tackle for the Roosters. Is that a knock on? Yes, it is. Crichton's going mental. He's loving it. I didn't see one initially. But... oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair dues, great defensive work there from Crichton. Great defensive work. Yeah, feel free to leave a like if you haven't done already for the live stream. Thanks to those that have done so far. Cherry with the first carry of this set. 3 minutes gone in the second half. Hayward waits at dummy half, left to centre field. It's now with Curran over the 10 with the Cook Islands International. Hayward now with Tuala up towards the 20. Hayward again. Will kick from dummy half. Decent kick. 40-20 maybe. Distance looks alright, but the bounce is a bit unfortunate. Plenty of Bulldogs players chasing there. It's a great chase. Great kick and a great chase there from the Bulldogs. That might change things slightly. So it's with Walker. Hands it off to Tupou. Carries it just up towards the 20. Pushed back by about a metre. I will watch it back. I'll if the highlights are up, which they should be, I'll watch it back on or just watch that try on stream and let you know my thoughts. I thought it was a try in the stadium. At least that's what I thought. Coming up towards halfway, last tackle for the Roosters. Right to Savala. Kicks from the halfway line. Under pressure from Kickout, but the kick is away. It is now collected. No, it's not. It's dropped by Connor Tracy, then dropped by Radley. Plus it was forward pass from Ratchford. I think on the replay it did look like it might have been forwards. I would need to just watch it back. If the Dogs can get up against the Chucks, they're not going far in final. Roosters are the sort of team that thrive in that pressure. Yeah, they've been a dangerous side, the Roosters. They've had some dips, but I think I've maintained for a while that they have been a dangerous side. I don't think anybody wants to play them. Nobody wants to play the Roosters in finals. Highlights are up, by the way. Lovely stuff. It's now with Walker on the left of the scrum. It's with Tedesco eating up the meters, offloads to Tupou, cuts back inside. Tupou just short. They were trying to drag him towards the touchline. Smith at dummy half, over near the left-hand side of the field. Back towards the middle with Walker. Now with White. Just carries it straight up towards the 10. I need to yawn. Sorry, folks. This could be great timing. Watson will go right to Butcher, right to Savala, then Toya. I do have Nwangani Tawaze anytime try scorer. It is now with Butcher, back up towards the 10. 2 more tackles to go in this set. Watson, left to Walker. Pops up to White. Already scored 1 today. That will be 2 for Naufahu White. You just can't let that happen, by the way. You just can't let that happen. He stole that from Sam Lasone, I think. That's a piss easy try there for the Roosters. Likely to be 20 points to 6. Wow. Bloody hell. Well, there we go. Lead extended for the Roosters. They're still moving. Still bloody moving. Look at them go. Can the Dogs make the comeback? I don't know. Hoping White sticks with the Kiwis this year. We need that. Who else is he eligible for? That pack last year for New Zealand. I need to go see what it was exactly. Pacific Championships. Who did they have last year? I can name 3 of them, but I'm missing someone. Fisher Harris, Tarpany, that was it. They had Fisher Harris, Tarpany, Papali'i, White, Neem, Thompson, Clark, and Niokore. Oh my god, I could only think of like 3 or 4 of them. I didn't realise there was that many. That pack is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Oh my god. Samoa could be wrong. Well, New Zealand probably don't... Well, let's say don't need him because of how many other options they've got. Samoa could do with an extra big bloke or 2, but if they've got Haas coming in, that's great. They need to start using... Who's eligible? Asiata's available, I think. He's Samoan, I'm pretty sure. Start using him at 13. Problem was on 9, absolutely. Chan Kum Tong needs some more game time. Tavanga looks a little bit more settled as a 9 this year. I'm trying to think. You guys could go with... I think the smart move might be... Jerome Luai at 6, Mason Lino at 7, Harris DeVita at 9. Or Lino at 9, Harris DeVita at 7. Or swapping Luai and Harris DeVita. I think it might be the way forward. Or Danny Levi, whichever one it is. Tuala with a carry up towards the 20 for the Bulldogs. 31.5 minutes to go in this game. Third tackle, Hayward on his left to Kiraz. A few metres shy of the 40. Fourth tackle, Hayward left to centre field. Now with Tracy through the middle. Carries it in towards Watson. Reed Marnie on the bench. Is he coming on soon, possibly? Left to Burton. Plenty of height on this one. Towards the back left. Nwangani Tawaze is underneath it. Collects it on the 10. Returns it just short of the 20. Hope Rovers get battered today. Well, we'll see. Want to see Wade Eakin do a Nathan Feen? You'll have to explain that one to me, honestly. I'm not too aware of the history. Assuming that he changed nationalities or something. And a penalty for the Roosters. Penalty for the Roosters. Savala will kick into touch. So the Roosters will start a fresh set just short of their own 40. It's a great aerial view, that. Great aerial view. From Australia to New Zealand, well, Egan would be an incredible option at 9. So, Foketi with a carry, over halfway for the Roosters. It is now with Butcher, right to Savala. Was looking for an offload, doesn't give it. That was a smart move. Smart move would have been forward. Watson right at centre field, left to Walker. Out of the back to Tedesco, pops it up to Crichton. Bit of room to work with here, gets an offload for Walker. Just decides to take the tackle. 29.5 to go. Oh, Crichton on Crichton. Okay, right, back underway. We had a bit of argy-bargy, but it looks like we're all right now. Shifting it right with Savala, pops it up. Oh, that is great. Oh, that is great movement. Didn't even result in a try, but that is actually beautiful in that tight space there. That is nicely done there from the Roosters. Savala kicks the ball through. Cherry is there, but he's going to be stopped a few metres short of the try line. That was very nice from the Roosters. Burton hands it off to Kiraz. Plenty of defenders rushing into the tackle. He stopped just short of the 10. Reed Marnie looking to come on. Burton carries it over the 10. Up towards the 20. That's a great carry there from Burton. 15 metres roughly. And a penalty for the Doggies. That's huge for them. Huge if true. Reed Marnie is also on. Bit more speed in the ruck maybe. I think Hayward's done alright. A little bit of speed out the ruck. A few kicks in there as well. Is it second half? Yes, it is. 28 minutes to go. So the Bulldogs in possession off the back of a penalty. Reed Marnie on halfway goes right to Hayward. Then it's Curran, takes it over the halfway line. So I think the Bulldogs could really do a scoring on this set. They should have a chance to. Marnie goes right to Burton, pops up to Preston. He takes it over the 40. Slammed into the ground. Marnie over on the right side of the field, back towards the middle with Burton. Out the back to Hayward. Switches back to Hayes, I think that is. Plays with Marnie in centre field. Right to Galvin. Switches back to Crichton. Bumps into Nafahu White and Angus Crichton. Marnie, right to Galvin on the last. Kicks towards the sticks. Or slightly right of the sticks, actually. Taken in goal by Tupou. 7 tackle set, 20 metre tap. Taps on the 20, up towards the 30. Up towards the 40. Not great. Not great. Just got an ad and it said sponsored. Finally got a sponsor. Well, I don't have a sponsor yet. If there's any companies in here, I need a sponsor. Thank you. You keep getting ads about freaking anime or Pokemon? Well, it knows what you like. I wish I had a sponsor. I don't have one, unfortunately. But you just got an ad? I don't know if you should have just got one. Unless you just came back into the stream. If you just came back in, then you'd likely get one. Shifting it right now, the Roosters. Bit of room down the right with Nwangani Tawaze. He's going to be stopped just over 20 metres out. Fourth tackle, 26 minutes to go. Radley on his left to Savala. Now with Steep. Over the 20. Watson, right of centre field, is going to go in centre field now with Walker. Kicks towards the back left. Tupou is there. Tupou collects it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. The Giraffe is in for a try. Only because he's tall. It's nothing to do with his neck or anything. He's just tall. Tupou scored a try. So there we have it. That's going to be another try for the Roosters. Speaking of promoting the game, has any build-up of the Ashes begun over there yet? There's been so basically all we've done over here is when the BBC have shown a game, which is only a couple, they will normally advertise the Ashes like before the game, at halftime and after it. Like they'll do a quick thing for it. There's been a few social media posts from England Rugby League and the RFL, that kind of stuff. But apparently because Everton Stadium was sold out so quickly and Headingley was sold out so quickly, there was basically no money had to go into advertising from the budget. So there's so much money left over from the budget to put into trying to get Wembley as full as possible. So I think I've seen a few more ads now that have had more interactions as well. So I think they've been pushing it more out. So I think once we start getting to playoffs in the bigger games, Sky will probably, hopefully, push the game out more. Hopefully, I know they're not showing it, but hopefully they'd push it out a bit. But I think in the next few weeks, we're going to see a lot of that marketing budget pumped into the tickets for Wembley. Like a lot of ads shown in London and just the South in general. The kick from Walker to make it 26 is good. 20-point lead for the Roosters. Who expected this before the ball was kicked? I did have 1 to 12. I will need another 8 points from the Bulldogs at least in this one. Sorry, 6. I only need 6. Silly me. Lewis Martin, top try scorer of the season up to now. Is he? Alright, okay. Fair enough. Game's over, it might be. Tupou hands the ball off to Steep, I think that is. Can't quite tell. I'm not quite up to date with Steep and Foketi just yet, because I've not seen him that much. It was Foketi. Next carry over the 10 from the try scorer Tupou. Next carry from Butcher up towards the 20. Third tackle for the Roosters. Is Matt really? You could answer this question. Somebody else might be able to, but I feel like I should know this by now, but I just don't. Why are the Roosters called the Chucks? There's probably a really simple reason for it. I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like I should know by now, but I just know it's a nickname. I'm not sure what it's from. I just can't think of what it's from. So, yeah, let me know. Tuala with the carry for the Bulldogs. Second half territory, 68% in favour of the Roosters. Over double, nearly triple the run meters. FC are 6th, aren't they? Pretty sure FC are 6th. Now with Hayward, then to Burton. Gets an offload, but that's going to be... Is that knocked on by Radley? I think so. Scrum for the Bulldogs. They really, really need to score. Probably on this set, because they'll get a scrum on halfway. They need to get some points. So Tuala at the back of the scrum takes the first carry. Just less than 22 minutes to go. Reid Marnie over on the right side of the field. Back towards the middle now with Hayes, I think that is. Now with Galvin, left to Burton. Pops up to kick out. Stop 30 metres out. Nixon says go Bulldogs. Well, maybe they can put some points up soon. They need to. Hayward... Caught in a dead end, just carries the ball straight up. Now 25 metres out. 2 more tackles to go in this set. Marnie left to Burton. Then across to Crichton. Across to Kiraz. Has to cut back towards the middle. Offloads it to Crichton. Then across to Curran. He's going to be stopped on the 20. Last tackle for the Bulldogs. They need something here. Kick towards the back right from Galvin. We've got a contest with Tupou. He's been great in the air today. He is going to be tackled in goal. So well done, Preston. Well done, Preston and Hayes getting him over the dead ball line. Yeah, Joshua Dingle's as a Wire fan. So, long dropout. Hayes will return this just short of the 40 for the Bulldogs. We've got 20 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Marnie on his left to kick out. Now going to be about 25 metres out from the try line. Oh, sorry, 35 metres out. Marnie back towards the middle with Hayward. Then to Galvin. Pops up to Preston. Over the 30. Galvin pops up to kick out. That'll look forward for a second. Oh yeah, it's 8 points that the Bulldogs need. My bad. Forgot about the conversion. Marnie over on the left. Fourth tackle. Goes short side left to Burton. Kicks the ball through. Nwogany Tawaze is there though. Collects it cleanly. Still moving. Gets an offload for James Tedesco. Carries it just up towards the 10. Okay, it's a bit laggy for me this, unfortunately. Okay, back underway. It's now with Nwogany Tawaze up towards the 20. And a penalty for the Roosters. It just keeps happening. It just keeps on steamrolling against the Bulldogs. They've been off the pace today. I don't think they've been particularly creative in possession. They've had a few decent carries, a few decent movements, a few decent kicks. But in terms of a complete performance, it's just really like everything's second best. Contest in the air. The kicks have just been a little bit simple. The defence has just been there. A lot of it, I don't think they've done much bad. It's just been kind of just not good. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. Next carry from Butcher for the Roosters takes it over the Bulldogs 40. 18 and a half to go, left to Walker. I reckon there's a lot of time here for a comeback, but because we know how quickly teams can put up points in the NRL, but I think one more absolutely seals it. I think the Roosters have got this one in the bag anyway, because the Bulldogs aren't doing well, but I think one more would absolutely seal it. So about 25 metres out. Connor Watson in centre field, left to Walker. Cross to Tedesco, has to surrender in this tackle, stopped on the 20. Walker will switch back to Butcher, I think that was. What you guys call wire, something to do with steel production? Yeah, pretty much. The town of Warrington used to produce copper wire. Burton. Almost in. Almost. Decent chase. Burton's in. I kind of missed another one. Well, I didn't miss it. I was there. I saw it. But it's a try for the Bulldogs. They needed that. They just needed a bit of luck in general. Just in general. Should I just redo that? Do you know what? Let's go again, shall we? So it's with Walker. Pops the ball across. Savala. Interception from Burton. All the room in the world to run. All the room in the world to run. Chase from Nwogany Tawaze. Decent chase from Smith as well, but not close enough. Burton is in for a try. Much needed points. Much needed points for the Bulldogs. It's about time. And scene. There we go. I love it. Warriors are called that because we were once warriors. The kick's also good. It's also good. The stuff that's picking up in the chat, let's just put an end to that now, shall we? $26-12. I could do with one more try from the Bulldogs, make it that 1-12 margin. JK Storage and more, welcome back. Good to see you. Good to see you. So the Bulldogs on the 10. It's now going to be Hughes with the next carry. I'm aware. Just, keep it calm. Next carry over the 20 for King. There is now 15.5 minutes to go. It is with Hayward in centre field, left to Galvin, left to Burton. Might have the numbers down the left edge. Cherry up towards halfway. 2 more tackles in this set for the Bulldogs. Now Galvin, shifting it right to Hayward, then across to King. Gets an offload to Hayward, shifting it back towards the left now with kick out. He's just going to step and then take a carry, stop to short the halfway line. Alright, okay, gotcha. Burton kicks on the left, down the left edge. Just less than 15 minutes to go. Roosters in possession. Just short of the 20. Tupou over the 20. Tupou man of the match today? Maybe? Walker's in for a shout, so is White. I'd say Tupou. I think Tupou man of the match for sure. 14.5 minutes to go. 14-point lead for the Roosters. I just need at least 2 from the Bulldogs. I want to get these margins as well. Now with Collins. Strong carry. Over the 40. Up towards the halfway line. There's a kick on the last tackle from Savala down the right edge. Collected just short of the 20 by Tracy. Takes it over the 20. A few metres shy of the 30. Now with Kiraz down the left-hand side. 14 minutes to go. Burton. Now Cherry. Well, you guys brought in a new head coach, new culture. New players as well, new spine. So I think it's fair enough. You guys have earned to the right to at least compete for a top 6 spot. So there you go. Marnie, on his left to Burton. Stockton halfway. This is really, really bad from the Bulldogs. This is looking bad. Galvin, boot to ball, hits it high. Nwangani Tawase collects on the full. Maybe hit around the head from kick out, but looks okay. And that's a knock on from Nwangani Tawase. Just keeps that door slightly open. That's what I just said. Who'd you predict for FC Lee tomorrow? I predicted Lee 26-18. The thing is, for Warrington to have a chance in playoffs, the first thing we needed was to beat Catalans. That was done. The second thing we need is Lee to beat Hull FC. So there's a lot that Warrington need in their favour. But the first step was Catalans to win. Sorry, a win against Catalans. And then for Lee to beat Hull FC. You'd be happy with 7th at this point. I'd be happy with playoffs. Jordan Lane is back. All right. That's helpful. Right, 13 minutes to go. Scrum for the Bulldogs, 10 metres out. If the Bulldogs score now, it is genuinely winnable. Genuinely winnable. I think it still is winnable now. It's only a 14-point game. They feed the ball in. Marnie will go left to Cherry. Normally good from 10 metres out in this kind of position. Stop just over the 10. What minute? 12 minutes and 50 seconds to go now. Galvin in centre field goes right to Hayward. Pops up to Hughes, sorry. 10 metres out for the Bulldogs in centre field. Marnie goes right to Galvin. Switches back to Josh Curran. He's stopped in the same spot really. Right of the sticks. Marnie, right of the sticks, will go left to Galvin. Pops it across to King. 5 metres out. Fourth tackle. Between the sticks, Marnie goes right to Galvin. Again. God, the Bulldogs just look so slow and lethargic in this one. Right at the sticks, Marnie goes left to Hayward. Left to Burton. Wayward pass in the hands of Kiraz. Kicks the ball through. Savala is there. He is tackled... in field? In goal? In goal. That's going to be a dropout. Well, they needed that. At the absolute minimum, the Bulldogs just need to apply a bit of pressure on the try line. Make these Roosters players tired, as tired as possible in the final 12 minutes. Bit of blood on the stash of Kiraz. It's going to be a dropout from Savala. Drills it low. Bounces off the leg of Chryson. Collected by Spencer Lenu. Hello, Alex. Good to see you. And... no, it's the right move, Finn. It's the right move. You don't want him to, like, take it cleanly, do you? So... and it's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. 11 minutes to go. The clock is stopped. I didn't see what happened there. Well, there was an elbow in his face. Oh, arm around the neck there from Hughes. Oof. Yeah, that'll be a penalty for the Roosters. Sam Hughes on report. Like the Rovers fans. Yeah, I've been hearing about that recently, about a couple of KR fans in a few recent games having a go at each other in the crowd. Not sure what for. In Super, that's a sin bin? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Has he lost the ball? He's lost the ball. Probs just shrunk, maybe. That's a mistake there from the Roosters. The problem is the Bulldogs, they haven't looked good when moving the ball around here. But defensively, the Roosters have looked sound, honestly. 10.5 minutes to go. Knock on from Smith. One ran on the pitch and tried to get Jake Connor. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I didn't end up seeing anything, but I heard about it. Wonder what the attendance is. Looks great. Oh, 31,399. Thanks for that. So, we've got 10 minutes to go. 40 metres out. Burton over on the left. On his right then to Kiraz. Hey, what are the Bulldogs doing? They are just not finding any success when they move the ball. Some of these shapes, they just look so lethargic. Such a lack of energy. 9 minutes 45 to go. Marnie from dummy half up towards the 30. Pops it across to Hughes. He's now going to be stopped about 25 metres out. 24, maybe 23. In centre field with Marnie goes left to Galvin. Across to Burton. Might have a chance here. Could have the space. No one going to need to in a 2-on-1. Kiraz gets the offload though. Was he in touch? I thought he got the offload in time, but he's in touch. Well done, Roosters. Really well done. Can they challenge it? I don't know if they've got a challenge still. Sounds like they will challenge it. I thought they had the space down that side, then they could have been in. So, challenging whether he was in touch or not. While he was someone arguing with Jake, he knocked over a little girl, and the father went crazy. Fair enough. Some morons. Looks like he's in touch there. Yeah, unsuccessful challenge. Can't blame the Connor one though. Trying to wind up fans and expect not to get a response, especially from Jake the FC Snake. I mean, he can wind up the fans, but nobody should be running onto the pitch to like try and get into him. Nearly a high shot there from Curran. It is a high shot. Watson wants a piece of him. Man, this is just getting scrappy now. This favours the Roosters. Because the Bulldogs aren't doing anything with this. I only know because all my family are Rovers and they recorded it. Oh, right. I've just not been able to find anything. There might be something on Twitter. Oof. There was an arm from Curran and then it looked like a shoulder from King. That does not look good. Yeah, you normally think a scrappy game while the Bulldogs are trying to come back, you'd think it would suit the loser in the game. But the Bulldogs, even like with all this, it's not bringing the best out of them. It's not bringing energy into their game. It's not making them play any better. It's just gifting more to the Roosters. The Bulldogs have been poor today. They've actually been poor. I initially said a little while ago that there's not much that was good, but they weren't bad. I think honestly at this point it's leaning towards bad rather than just kind of okay or not good. It's leaning towards bad at this point. Fair enough from the referee. If you're running again, you're going. That's fair. Feels like the wide game last night was 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes was full of players running in. Yeah, it was getting a bit tasty, getting a bit feisty. Should we get a trumpet? I think we should. Why not? Could you imagine Jake Connor and Mikey Lewis in a scrap? Could you imagine that? That'd be fun. Yeah, I don't know about all the calls. I just know we got a lot in our favour. Whether they were correct or not, I don't know because I've not seen the game back. But yeah, we were given a lot of penalties and there was a lot of errors from Catalans as well. So I don't know if we deserved the win, to be honest, but we just needed the point, so I'll kind of take it. I was not happy with the first half. The real lack of concentration defensively and not much going on in possession. Second half, came out of our shell a little bit, but were gifted a lot. Yeah, I will watch that back after this game. 6.5 minutes to go, last tackle for the Roosters. Short side left to Walker. Chips the ball towards the back left. Tracy versus Tupou or Butcher. I think Butcher knocks the ball on. Then Tracy drops it backwards. It's going to be Bulldogs ball. So yeah, 6 minutes to go. I don't think they'll be able to do it now. There was a point they had 16, maybe 18 minutes to go. Can't remember what time they scored the intercepted try on, but the Bulldogs have had the possession. They've had the time to come back in this one. They've just been really disappointed today. Up towards their own 20. Marnie on his left to Tracy. Left to Burton. Now Cherry. Burton. Kick out with a carry up towards the 30. Right. Call the shape and run it. Marnie with the ball. Takes a carry in centre field. Launch something. Fourth tackle, go for it. Just go for it right now. Call the shape and run it. Right to Galvin. Out the back to Tracy. Crichton up towards halfway. It's something. They're making meters. Plays on halfway. Walker's upset about something. Galvin. Now with Burton. Burton bombing. Coming. Here we go. We barely got any of this. Is this the first one he's properly done? Nwanga Nitawaze takes it cleanly on the full. Carries up towards the 30. Nicely done. There's a lot of people adamant that it wasn't a try. I'll certainly check. Oh, I realised I spelt his name wrong as well. It's too late to change. Well, I'll change it anyway. Nwang. There's an extra W in there. No. Yeah, I put an extra W in his name. Let's change it so no one notices. Yeah, my bad, pimp, my bad. Now Butcher. Smith down the left edge. Last tackle, 4:20 to go, dude. A kick from Walker on the last. Not really seen grubbers today. I expected a few grubbers today from Walker, but we've not really seen any. Well, we've seen a couple. Actually, yeah, we've seen a few that's resulted in repeat sets. crazy to think Catalans maybe should have won that game. Yeah, they just were the better side, especially in the first half. But there were a lot of errors as well, not just the penalties that you could give either way, but there was a lot of errors. Bulldogs' next run home is Storm, Panthers, Sharks. Very tough run. Blood in the ear of Tuala. Bulldogs have possession, 15 out from their own try line, 4 minutes to go. Cherry takes it up towards the 20, the ball comes loose. I'm officially calling it, the Bulldogs have been bad today. There was a point they were okay to not great. Now it's bad. This has been a bad game from the Bulldogs. Who was your prediction? Roosters 1-12. Leeds versus Wakey. Are they playing this week? Well, they played. Did they play a few weeks ago? What do you mean by Leeds versus Wakey? No, like the power rankings. Well, Leeds are above them at the moment, but I have to wait until they play. Walker hands it off to, is that Collins with a carry? Inside the 10, 2 minutes 50 to go. Watson in centre field. Pops it up to Spencer Lenu on his left. Can the Roosters hit 30? I don't even know. Good hands down the left-hand side. Try possibly for Tupou in the corner. It's been given. They hit 30. A little bit uncomfortable getting up there for Tupou, but the Roosters, they've just been so much better. The Bulldogs have actually been poor today. But the Roosters, they've taken a lot of chances. They've moved the ball well on both edges. And Tupou, I think, has been clearly man of the match for me. A lot of those aerial duels he's been successful in. So the Roosters, they'll put the ribbon on this gift. I'd say it's more like Lee versus Leeds. There we go, another try. Are the two games at the same time today? No, it's just the one. Wigan vs KL is the only one on its own, which is good. So fortunately, the only sort of clash is there's an overlap. So Saints vs Huddersfield starts at 2:30 on Sunday, and then 30 minutes later, it's Salford vs Wakefield. So I'll do a dual stream for that one. But yeah, I'll be starting with Saints vs Huddersfield. Sam Walker, 31 of 32 this season, 97%, all the way from the touchline. With a minute to go to make it 32-12. The kick from Walker is... Oh, it looked no good initially, but it's kind of swinging back. And that's beautiful. I can't believe it, mate. He's been on fire with the boot this year. 32-12 to the Roosters. As soon as I had that question for is Matt really, he disappeared. Short kickoff ends up in the hands of Hughes. He's now 5 metres out, 45 seconds to go. Is it then stripped? Lenu is now celebrating. Play the ball. It's going to be a carry from Iowelu up towards the 10. Doggy should have waited on the Galvin move, flying high with Sexton, and now look. Oh, was it about the documentary you mentioned? Once we're Warriors. Is that the thing for the Roosters? I thought that was for New Zealand Warriors. I thought that's what you were talking about. Anyway, chickens on my farm were always called chooks. Okay, fair enough. Chucks, whatever. Okay, full time. Well, the Bulldogs were poor, honestly. Pretty lethargic. A lack of effort in some moments. The kicks, uneventful. A lack of Burton bombs. Like, if you've got that in your locker, why aren't you using it? I remember one, and that was with, maybe 5 minutes to go. One of those, they tried to move the ball around a little bit, but it looked a little bit slow or disconnected. The Roosters shifted across well defensively, and the Roosters took their chances. A few too many penalties as well, and errors from the Bulldogs. That certainly didn't help. But yeah, the Roosters, so much better in all areas. I think completed sets well enough. I think their effectiveness in terms of carries through the sets were better. Kick and chase was better as well. Defence off the back of it. Yeah, Roosters were just massively better in this game. I didn't think it'd be this much of a margin. I thought they could get the win, but yeah, that's poor from the Bulldogs. But a really good effort from the Roosters, so fair enough to them. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm going to check that. Right, let's see. Right, so watching in full speed first. So at full speed, that looked forward from Ratchford, but full speed, the grounding looked fine at full speed. But they're going to show video ref after this. Separation where? Separation where? Man, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I've got no complaints about that in the slightest. And then the other full speed replay after that. Not a single issue with that in the slightest. One frame that shows... There's not a single frame that shows it. I can promise you that. There's not a single frame that shows separation. The frame I'm looking at right now is the closest thing to it, and that is definitely not separation. Yeah, I've got absolutely no issues with that at all. That's all good. All good for me. All good. Right then, I'm going to call it a day. Just do want to say thank you for stopping by, and a massive thank you to Ismat Really, first of all, for becoming a member, and the 5 gifted members that he gave, which means that we now have memberships for Finbobs, Up the Trin, Waze, Peter, and Blaze. So thank you very much, Ismat Really, for that. That is very, very kind of you. Very kind of you. So yeah, a bunch of new members for the channel. That is great. There will be stream highlights posted in a few hours. I'll try and get it done within the next 3 hours. Something like that. Try and catch you for the next stream, but it's about 6 AM for me. Don't worry yourself about it. It'll be a great game to watch if you're able to watch it over there. I don't know if you will, but yeah, it'll be a great game if you are up for it. But if not, no worries. Completely understand. It's a very early time for you, so all good. All good. But yeah, thank you very much to Ismat Really. Thank you to the regulars for stopping by as well. It's greatly appreciated. So yeah, stream later today. We've got Wigan Warriors at home against Hull Kingston Rovers. First versus second. Basically, is extremely important for the League Leaders Shield. This is huge. Last 2 games have gone towards Wigan. There was the first one earlier in the season, and then the grand final last year was the one before that. So I think
not only would this be good for, obviously, another trophy for Hull Kingston Rovers, but psychologically as well. I think if they know they can get one over on Wigan, if they do play them in the grand final again, they know that they've been there, done that. So, yeah, it could be good for the mental side of things. But yeah, thank you very much for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. Follow me on all stuff, links in the description and all that jazz. Follow me on TikTok as well if you haven't already. But yeah, I will see you tonight. Wigan Warriors versus Hull Kingston Rovers should be a cracker. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. See you later.